when I saw this. Yeah. And see this? This was in your friendly Newsweek. Okay. And this is entitled The Gold Rush. And on his forehead is stamped Biopharmaceuticals Genetic Patent 2000 United States Industry. Okay. Isn't that interesting? Okay. So this is the gold rush. Not only is his mind the gold rush, but also his DNA. Because see in the background here, you see the money signs? But see, this is something known as gel electrophoresis. And this is where we can take the protein from an individual, from the nucleus of their cells, and we can actually put it into this gel, and their DNA will actually line up itself. These are the genes. And that's why we can basically then take the genes from someone else, take your genes, and we can take those gels and lay them right next to each other. And if they're the same genetic makeup, the lines will be in the exact same place. So this was not just a decorative background back here. Those people who know, recognize that it's not only the mind, but it's also this individual's chromosomes and DNA that is the gold rush. Okay? Oh yeah, clearly. Okay. So someone up here said that he was melanin dominant and African. Real clear, right? Yeah. Now, do not doubt what you are seeing, because this is a series of 3 volumes that comes out every 4 years. I bought this first series in 1994. And it is a group of researchers from all over the world that present their research every 4 years on this one topic. And the topic is melanin. Scientifically, it's known as the melanotropic peptide. Tropic means to generate, to proliferate. So what is this proliferative capabilities of this peptide, or this protein here? So they looked at the source of it, where it came from, the synthesis of it, the chemistry, the secretion, the circulation, and the metabolism of this. Now, when you looked at all of the contributors to these 3 volumes of work, none of them came from any countries that were melanin dominant or from any melanin dominant institutions. So therefore, where did they get the melanin from to study? Because it didn't come from institutions. So therefore, where did they get the melanin from to study? Because it didn't come from them, because they are melanin recessive. Now, it's very interesting. If you're not invited to these symposiums, or if you're not a member that contributes to the research, if you find out about this, then you have to pay. These 3 volumes cost me $650. So that was set up intentionally because we know that most people are not going to pay $650 for 3 volumes of books unless you really love yourself to find out what is known about you, which is why I bought these volumes. Now, this information is very interesting. This comes from the Journal of the National Medical Association. Now, this is very significant because the National Medical Association is the black faction of the AMA. Now, they know because they published this article, and they published this article in 1975, that there were lifelong differences in hemoglobin levels between blacks and whites. Now, Stanley M. Garn is from the University of Michigan. See that? The Center for Human Growth and Development, University of Michigan, and the Department of Pediatrics and Anthropology at Washington School of Medicine, etc. This study contained thousands and thousands of school children from 1968 to 1970. And it says here that we encountered a relatively large and systematic black-white difference in hemoglobin levels. So now it was real clear, and they used this and for evaluation of preschool nutrition, etc. And they concluded, and they knew, that if you took the values for Caucasian and used them as the standard for Africans, that the Africans were definitely not going to get the nutritional or the correct diagnosis for the condition of their blood. Now you have to understand, this information stayed exactly where it is right now on this piece of paper. This gentleman from the university, now you have to understand this. Now this is interesting, because Stanley Garn sent me almost 400 pages of data on the racial studies that University of Michigan has done on all races. It is the think tank for